The whole purpose of this remodel was to make this more user-friendly for our citizens. Now, instead of having to travel all over the building, everything they need, from paying bills to code enforcement to talking to me, talking to city administration, everything is on one level. It's modern. It's a facility we can be proud of.
We used to have closed sessions and council meetings. We used to have to ask everybody else to leave. And so now with this door here in this conference room, we have a closed session. Reporters, audience will be allowed to stay, and then the council will adjourn over to this conference room over here. We expected to find some asbestos. The amount and the quantity we found and where we found it, we did not expect.
Okay.
So,
where was it that you didn't expect it to be?
The entire mezzanine in the auditorium area was lined with an asbestos material, and nobody knew that was in there. And we presume it was a coating that we were presuming was back in the day when smoking was allowed, that would have prevented the dropped cigarette from igniting the entire auditorium.
Okay.
So pulling that all out, they actually had to restructure the mezzanine. They didn't feel confident enough in the construction quality of the mezzanine as it was to do the work on there, so they put in some additional bracing, then tore out the asbestos, then tore out the mezzanine.
Okay.
So offices were in one corner, code enforcement was in another corner, the city clerk was in the basement, and then the finance department was upstairs. So everything was spread out. We had different equipment everywhere. Now we've got one equipment room, so we can consolidate the number of copiers and printers. And then we've got one front counter to receive everybody, whether you're here for code enforcement, for building, planning, city clerk, administration, mayor, whoever else it is. We've got one single counter for everybody to come up to. There used to be several different different air conditioners. Usually there were multiple units on each floor, and then the whole building was heated by a boiler. And since the boiler was put in, I think in '83, pulled the boiler out and put in geothermal systems here. And so this is one of the main mechanical rooms with geothermal, and it's been a huge change for us.
This is the server room where I guess the guts are. It's obviously the main room, then every floor below this has its own subcom room basically, and it spreads out from there. So it's an organized setup. And we know right where to go if there's a problem now.
Everything from this wall back, first floor and second floor, has pass keys. So after hours, these doors will all be locked, but people will still have access to the front rooms. So if you want to rent the community room, use the conference room after hours, we still get access to the front half of the building without having to expose the kind of the work areas of the city hall.
You know, visitors come here who want to either bring businesses or who are visiting our community. This is an impression they get of Sterling, and if they come in and see that it's first class, that tells them that we're a first class community. So I'm just really excited about this, and Scott and city staff have just worked their butts off to make this work. It has been an incredible amount of effort on their parts.